Hello, hello. All right. Today, we're going to be jumping back into Python with Boot.dev and going over currying. Let's make an advertisement in Discord. Let's type in my Discord message and then we'll. Okay, let's post a YouTube link. And we are chilling. I'll look at chat in just a second. Shoot. How do I get this link? I wish they provided the link to the video in the live streaming dashboard, but they do not. All right. There we go. There we go. All right, pool of. What's up, John? Are you choosing Python because you want to start backend development using Django or Flask? I remember you saying months ago you wanted to switch to backend. I'm choosing a partner of mine, and I figured what's better, or it's just a really good idea to go through as a program myself. If I trust a program that much to give people a solid foundation with backend, then I should be willing to go through that myself if I'm trying to get a solid foundation with backend. Will I build something with Django or Flask in the future? I have no idea. To be honest, I'm starting to like TypeScript a lot more. So I'm building a lot more with TypeScript. I like learning new languages and kind of just pair it. But yeah, it's because I'm going. Why? Actually, I could do that. But I like how Twitch than you can on YouTube. You can have like 3 roles. And I have more roles. Kind of expand on that because that question is answered on my Twitch panels, but right now. I wish YouTube just be so good. But YouTube is pushing out more stuff. I'm starting to see that. Now they have 10-year memberships, and they have like the XP stuff with the top subscribers or top chatters on their live stream features a little bit. All right, let's go. Currying. Here. Function currying is a specific kind of function transformation where we translate a single function that accepts multiple arguments into multiple functions that each accept a single argument. Another example. The same thing curried. Some function only takes a single input. It returns a new function that takes a single input. It will return. I don't think I've or any of my personal projects. And doc to doc for some types of rendering it on screen functions to be curried, series of functions that each take a single argument. I guess like maybe if you consider like so we use a third-party code library that expects our function to be curried. It should just take a single argument. It takes a single argument, doc type. That function should return. Okay. I mean, what are we returning? I don't know what to call it. I mean, we're returning a function. I just don't know what to call it. Converted doc type. Yeah. Return. Oh. All failed. Awesome. All right. Converted doc type. So it takes a font size and it needs to. Wait, what? Wait, no, we have to do more. I'm being lazy. Doc type equals text. Wait, am I? If it equals text, return the top size, the font size. If it equals MD, we return the font size times 2. And if doc type equals. Okay, so let's see why it failed. Doc type. What do you mean? Oh. Just attention to detail. Okay, there we go. Let's go. Hey, what's up, Neil? How's it going, man? I'm almost done with functional programming. Nice. How do you like it? How do you like functional programming? That's what we're in. That's what this course is called. I am almost done as well. Let me just take a second. I'm going to drink my tea. It's nice and warm. It usually cools down too quickly, so I just want to enjoy it. And it's raining, and I love the rain. Let me check something. I bought this course to become a better writer as a content creator. I'm very cautious about buying courses unless I can trust that the quality is really good. Is just enjoying writing. I think about writing and that where I need to get better with writing is where I hate it. And I think I hate it. Again, I've talked about this a little bit, but because I'm not really talking about what I want to talk about. And I'm going to create a YouTube video about this. I'm going to share more about what I've been thinking, what I've been going through. But I feel like my content has been very limited, and I feel like I have a lot more I want to say. And I feel like I've niched, because of me, aspiring developers and just focusing on that advice, where there's nothing exciting about it. I'm not learning. I think it's completely changing my perspective and how I'm going to approach content in the future. It's a lot of learning each day. And then we're learning Python. Then we're learning 3JS. And then we're learning Astro, Nest, and TypeScript. And it's a lot. But I feel I've had such a huge craving to learn. Just learn. And I apply it, obviously. But I don't know. It was just because my entire channel, my brand revolved around just giving the same regurgitated advice for aspiring developers. So I'm excited about the upcoming content. But man, is this course good. Go through it I retain a lot more in the morning. Like with stuff that's brand new to me, I feel like I need to hit it in the morning. But with code where I kind of have some context or relatable context with stuff I've done with code in the past, I feel like I can learn new libraries and frameworks and stuff like that in the evening. And my mind isn't too cooked at the end of the day. But like this, I actually suck. I got to tackle that in the morning, and it's just going really well. All in all, I feel like I found a really good routine and what I want to do for that. I'm actually pretty excited. So why curry? It's fairly obvious that, so why would we ever want to do the more complicated thing? Well, currying is often used to change a function's signature to make it conform to a specific shape, for example. The colorize function accepts a function called converter as input, and at some point during its execution, it calls converter with a single argument. That means that it expects converter to accept exactly one argument. So if I have a conversion function like this, I can't pass Markdown to HTML to colorize because Markdown to HTML wants 2 arguments. Wait, what? I can't pass Markdown to HTML to colorize. I see. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. So, again, it just like, I guess I've used it with high order functions when working with React and decorators. I feel like it's a form of currying. To solve this problem, I can curry Markdown to HTML into a function that takes a single argument. I mean, there are other ways. I mean, maybe in Python, maybe not. Never mind. So when passing a function around to be called later, it blank how many arguments the function. When passing a function, hold on, around to be called. So are we talking about non-curring, right? 1. It has to accept just 1. Is that what you're saying? All right. Python. Rarely. Final volume equals box volume. Print final volume. Each accept a single argument. Here's another way of calling it where each function is stored in a variable before being called. Here are the function definitions. Doc to doc needs to be able to find the number of lines in a document that contain a specific document. How many lines contain the sequence AA? Okay. Complete the lines with sequence function. It should return a series of curried functions, so it can be called like this. The sequence is generated by the first with character. That has been provided to you. It works like this. You need to define and return a second curried function. I called mine with the length. It should accept the final parameter. Define the with length function inside the with character, which with char function. Build the functionality out ourselves. All right. So sequence. It called so with on loops. Actually, I completely forgot Python loops. Yeah, I completely forgot. And so I mentioned I'm going to start live streaming less. I'm actually going to go through Boot.dev more often. I do think once a week is kind of hard when I'm bouncing around a bunch. I think like twice a week with learning something is kind of the sweet spot for me. Like I need it. It's not the sweet spot. I need at least like twice a week to revisit something. What is the format of a doc string? And we're trying to find the number of lines with the sequence. Okay. I gotta remember split. Oh, actually, yeah, we could just go here. I don't like the Python docs. Gotcha. Perfect. We can just split on text. What was it for? Letter in. So we have to essentially loop through each. And the sequence can be at the end or the beginning. I wonder if Python has anything like count number of values in an array. Count. Okay, that's convenient. equals 0. If is greater than or equal to length, then I'm probably butchering syntax for Python. But we'll try this and see if it errors out. What are we doing with sequence? I mean, we're getting... What's the relevance of this? What are we multiplying? Is this like a thing in Python? I don't know. I don't even know what we're doing here. Oh, no, I don't want to customize anything. Line count. Pass in the character. That count is greater than or equal to the length. I mean, we might have to look for the exact length, though. I mean, I technically... Yeah, because it's going to match. I think I'm just going to error out with it. Just plus equals, there's nothing else? Okay. All right. I thought there was a short, maybe there's... Oh, I'm kind of curious. No, okay. All right, so we're failing. Cool, let's figure out where we're failing. If we're typing or not. Actual none. So we need to... Cool. I'm very... Hey, what's up, Tur? I'm not immune to that. And I've noticed that. And the only reason I do it is because... I don't know if I have a good reason. I had a good reason before. I don't think it was that good of a reason, though. Because I need... again, I need twice a week. I need twice a week. There's no way. Here's the reason. Is kind of just like learn... Like flip days. Like Tuesday and Thursday, learn this stuff. Learn like I don't know, and 3JS or something like that, and do 2 days a week. And a week I'm doing like Angular, Nest, and Astro, because like there's a lot I want to do, but I better than I think a lot of people can. I get very bored, and I feel like I don't have the patience that some people have to just grind something out, the same thing, day after day after day after day. I get bored. And my focus a little bit each, like 2 hours doing something, and I'm golden. Like I'm perfectly fine. That's just me though. I feel like everyone's different. Sync, by the way. Oh, really? Yeah, I don't know. Is it still out of sync? Here, let me listen to my stream. Am I out of sync or no? Yes or no? Test, test. All right. Looks like I'm all good. I'll test it on YouTube. Yeah, I'm not waiting for it to catch up. All right, let's see. Am I out of sync or no? Yes or no? I'm not seeing any issues on my end. I'm not seeing any drop frames. I'm not seeing any latency on my camera, Turtle. I'll test again if you insist with it. So you're on Twitch. I'll test again. I'm not seeing any latency. All right, test. Oh yeah, we got to do the clapping, right? All right, let's try that. Hold on. I'm not seeing any latency, Turtle. Like nothing at all. Are you sure it's not on your end? Like the claps were in time with the audio perfectly. Can you try refreshing and double check on your end? Per Sizzle, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Probably is. Never mind. Okay. I don't. You know, who knows? Maybe it was a small glitch, but yeah, camera and audio are in sync on both YouTube and Twitch. Let's minimize that. Yeah, if I have a member saying that, I don't mind checking. You know, random person saying that, whatever. I usually don't worry about it, but it's just been a weird glitch. And my Turtle, you said they're usually. Let me know, because I don't notice that when I play back my stuff. So yeah, but I feel like I fixed that issue a while ago. Hey, what's up, Renee? How's it going, man? How you doing? You heard an echo. Stream went down and all that, so I double checked everything, and I think we're good on our end. Everything looks good. Yeah, I'm not redoing all this because I think it bothers you, Turtle. It's because if I... That's all. That's not out of sync to me. What? That doesn't seem out of sync to me. No, yeah, that doesn't seem out of sync to me. Nay, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Like, I'll even play it. Did you why? Like, slow it to what? I don't think I need to. Huh? Like, what did you slow it to? What was the speed? I mean, 100 millisecond delay or something like that. Like, are we talking about extremely? What? I feel like we're, and this is irrelevant. Like, you're being way too critical. Like, if we're talking about like a 50, I don't care. So I actually want to test this with other people. It's probably a 2.5 second delay. I don't. What are we talking about? If we have to, guys, if we have to slow it down to 0.2, we're talking. Really? No. That's an extremely large delay that would be concerning. Okay, here's what we're going to do. You guys are talking about very different things right now. Okay, so I'm going to clap, and I want you to, like, tell me Is there a delay or no? Whether you're on YouTube or Twitch. All right, I'm going to clap 10 times. Okay, so first we're going to talk just like this. Is the audio, we're going to clap. Honestly, so just watching the stream, did anyone notice a delay? Or is it pretty well timed? I'd like to get some other voices. I'll do it again, but like anyone else in chat. Because playing back what Turtle did you notice a delay? Like anyone else in chat? Do we have anyone else? We have 10 people in here. There was a delay still, but I could deal with it. Hold on. There is like no... I'm not... Turtle, I feel like you're... Okay, hold on. It gets derailed for like really dumb shit. Like there's... We're talking... I played back like the visuals many times. Or is my audio completely fucked and I'm not able to determine it? I'm going to do the speakers because that... You can always get a tiny bit. So let me see. Okay, we gotta switch the audio. Hold up. Let's see, volume. All right. Okay, there is a little bit of a delay. Let me switch. It sounds good now? What do you mean it sounds good? I literally just heard it. What? I literally... All right. All right, I'll test it again. You still hear it? Okay, I don't care. You guys are like giving me different response. Okay. Thank you, Persizzle. I think there is a little bit of a delay. I think I probably just need to test it offline. But I actually had no idea. So I actually appreciate Turtle you pointing that out because I think it's enough of a delay where it's weird. Because what happens when I'm recording a video and it doesn't sync up? That's not good. It should always sync up. Like live streams, I don't really care. But a video, that out of sync stuff will kind of bug people, and that should be fixed. All right, cool. I can set a quick offset. But I think I'll test it out off stream. I'll do that. I think it ended up being worth it because there's Boot.dev any good? If it wasn't, I wouldn't recommend it. And it is an affiliate partner with us. I don't partner with people where they don't have high quality programs. All right, let's look at the solution. Hey, Texas. No, you're welcome to ask a question, man. I don't care. I see. If sequence in a string. Yeah, that's cleaner. I like that. I thought maybe like this was supposed to be like the wrong way to do it. Like it was heading in the wrong direction and we're suited. I'm like, yeah, I'm probably missing something, but that makes sense. Okay. So essentially a string within a string. But I didn't know you could do this to a string and just multiplies by itself and makes it a string. That's so weird to multiply a string in an integer. Like, that feels really weird to do that. But that's Python, I guess. Okay. Very focused backend. And it really just want to really aim towards and build stuff with. But it's meant to build a solid foundation with the backend. Hey, what's up, Zach? I finished. Oh, React Basics. Yo, let's go. How did the React Basics go? What I'm doing, I'm trying to get better with backend, man. Yeah, but yeah, Boot.dev. Personally, I've been dabbing with the backend consistently for maybe a couple months. Yeah, for Sizzle. By the way, I do appreciate the help with the audio. I think we got some like conflicting responses, but I was not aware of that delay, and that's a pretty significant delay. Half a second is too long. It's too long. At first, because it's like on mine, it was literally like a 50 millisecond delay. Like we're talking about 500 milliseconds. That's a crazy delay. But on my screen, I'm like, this is like a 50-second. I started slowing it down. I'm like, this is crazy. How are you guys spotting a 50-second or 50 millisecond delay between the audio and the video? That's crazy. No, I don't care about that. But then as soon as I switch to my... What's up, Anon? How you doing? Menino, how's it going, man? Hell yeah, nice. For the sake of, like, if you want to figure out if you like if you're getting into web dev, if you like working with backend or front end more, dabbling in... Yeah, thanks, man. The price is fine with me, but so I will have some classes at college, but I will use Boot.dev someday. Okay. It's probably going to be there for a long time whenever you're ready, man. Yeah, if you're trying to get into backend, starting with Boot.dev, I think is a great, just even with the way, like a great mindset for a backend developer and things they should. Doing all right. Just chilling today. Nice. Wait, weren't you chilling the other day? I got the 10. Use some ChatGPT. Made sure not to just copy and paste. Make stand, see where it's going to work on some... Awesome. Yep. You got the plan. That is exactly... I have a question. I started the Scrimpa front-end course 2 weeks. Now I'm seeing everywhere coding is dead. Front-end is dead. Should I maybe switch to full stack course, or should I stick with front-end after the front-end? Maybe do full stack. It's just noise. It's just doomsayers. It's trash. That's how you got these where it's just like all doomsday, whether it's like AI. So some believe like AI. I think that's like the big doomsday one. The truth is, like, people just aren't that good at what they do, right? And people have really bad expectations. Like, they start off with really bad expectations of they start off with being ignorant. Like I say, like, if you're not ready to spend at least like 2 years and 3 months minimum trying to become a front-end developer, like, you're gonna have a really, really rough time. And if that sounds like a long time, and usually really suck at what they do at a junior level. There are a lot of reasons why people aren't getting a job at the junior level. And if you don't want to be average in this entry-level market, you better be ready to be much better than average and push yourself. And you are going to stand out among many people who aren't doing that, who just blame the market. But front-end developers get hired that are good front-end developers. Back-end developers get hired that are good back-end developers. Full-stack developers or people going through like full-stack curriculums generally don't get hired at an entry level because you're learning too much and all you have is surface-level knowledge. You can expand your knowledge, right, into the back-end or the front-end. I think getting a more holistic view of the web development ecosystem can be helpful and how the entire app kind of just interconnects. But, prepare. Yeah, someday I try to finish some stuff, then I can focus on some things. Also, I focus on software design and architecture concepts. Okay. That's some fun kind of stuff with me. That's what I'm diving a little bit deeper into with the back end. Kind of just like different software design and architecture. I have a giant book with Nest and a bit more complicated architecture. And I honestly feel that at some point the whole AI thing taking over is an echo chamber. It's propagated mostly by bad developers that got laid off and are having a hard time, or developers that got laid off and just suck at the job search. That might be good. But a lot of times, like, it really catches a lot of attention because it's so controversial. And you get a lot of, like, people with, now I'm gonna say this in a nicer way, nihilistic, getting human value, that are really excited for AI to take over. And you get people that have a benefit to posters that AI is significant, more significant than what it really is, to be able to get a shitload of investment money that's going around right now for AI features and AI products. But investors are investing. It's just very complicated. It's not like a black and white situation. This fear-mongering with AI and what has been deemed as intelligent isn't as intelligent as you think, and the way that it even works has been extremely misleading. I wouldn't even say studies, just like more honest representations of how AI learns, like our current models learn, and how they think. This is like a really deep, complicated topic that I'm not going to derail this stream into. And I would even like want to pull up several articles and stuff to go over all that. But I don't know. It's just a lot. This is why I simplify it. It's all just noise. It's all just noise. Good developers at an entry level are getting hired. There's a lot of other pieces that come from getting that job. So, yeah, I just, the doomsdayers, honestly, like literally, this isn't even like AI doomsdayers. Like nihilistic people will just drag you down. Oppressive perspective in life in general. You just don't engage with nihilists. Human value that don't appreciate humanity. It just of reality. Yeah, full stack devs are 5 years of experience. Yeah, there are a lot of jobs focused on front end or back. Here's the up than there have been, but they are hiring experienced developers that are actually good full stack developers. And so what do new developers see? They just go by what is the most prevalent type of job without understanding if they're even marketable for that job. And so they're seeing more aspiring developers push course creators to create more. Course creators do that because it makes them more money and more of their customers are asking for it. Not necessarily of knowledge is what a lot of people are lacking. But they do it because the need is there and so is the revenue. It's quite frankly why I Scrimba's full stack program. I believe their front end program is their strength, not their full stack program. But yeah, a lot of those full lands a position like that, and of course there are always going to be outliers. So a lot of your doomsday conviction perspectives that don't usually, what was I going to say? They usually use anecdotal experience, don't use large data sets. They use, and so those anecdotal experiences can get high engagement on Twitter, they can get high engagement on Reddit, and post with some. So do you, it depends, Manito. Do you want to be a front end developer to learn? I have to deal with school now. Hope you're having a good stream. Yeah, we're pretty chill. I totally agree about the nihilistic people. You mentioned you're from a psych background, right? Yeah, yeah. Reminds me of sort of like a learned helplessness type of thing. You aren't taught that your actions lead to specific outcomes. You grow up with a nihilistic attitude. Constantly regurgitate this idea that a lot of your parents' friends off because they had it better off, or they came into some luck that allowed them to get there. An authority figure only see that kind of stuff in reality, because this stuff does happen. People sometimes are more fortunate than others. I'm not going to get into the whole luck thing again, because I don't think that it's as black and white. But grown up with that perspective, so you start identifying the cheaters, a few of those at the honest way. You start seeing people that don't appear, like, you don't see the grind of what they've achieved. You just see what they've achieved. And that kind of outcome as something that only seeing the and focusing, or the people that did achieve a ton through integrity or honest work. Right? Seems to be a new theme in tech around cheating equals good and justifying. And I think that's kind of been a problem, but this isn't a tech problem. It's a low accountability coming into tech that have no business being in tech. We're all weird and we're all quirky in tech, but it respects people who love tech and have put in the time to grind and get good with what they do. Recently, especially in 2001 to 2022, and that quite frankly have low to truly grind out a skill and get really fun. The product that the market's cooked, that no more new developers are being hired, and even senior developers can't find jobs. Like, it's just a huge cultural push this being in tech. And they have no business being in tech, not because they're not welcome one day, but because the grind went through to break into tech. They have no idea. They don't see that struggle. And they probably haven't really examined that struggle in a lot of different industries. They kind of just, a lot of those people find. Enjoyed your podcast about least versus most marketable projects. Awesome for junior devs. It helped a lot with what I needed to focus on things. Good. I'm glad. That's like one of those topics that, like anything else, man, it's like what exactly to do, figure out their own path and what makes them stand out. What to do, not. Like, you're not critical thinkers, you're not problem solvers, you're just not hireable. You provide no value. AI will replace you. You are exactly the type of person that aimed this, but that's the kind of perspective that it needs to shift. It has to change. And even if you land, you might even be laid off and then have trouble again. Resourceful, independent, self-critical, but not in a self-defeating way. Love learning technology and just learning in general. tuition for BS and oh really? IoT software dev? Have been put, yeah, it's crazy hours, man. IT, then go to university for BS. Okay, in software engineering, you're going to shift to that. Okay. Since I am in college, it is a good thing. I will have a time to study all stuff I need to use. Good. I wish I would have done that in college. I didn't take my spare time seriously, but I was really young and I was dumb. And I think college is probably better suited for people in their late 20s and 30s. You're going to have to probably shift to part-time, but it's really good. They've gotten out of a bit of an immature phase, and they're taking their career seriously, because it's really hard to take your career seriously in your early 20s, because you think you have unlimited time, and you realize you don't, and that really is it should be a constant reminder to you as you get older. And I think it's actually a really good fire under your butt to realize you have even less time as you get older. I think it's really hard to go to college in your in your late teens, early 20s, and take that education seriously. Some people will. I think a lot of people don't. Let's switch my audio again. Okay, there we go. Crazy. People think AI will steal our job, but it won't happen because I actually solve my problem when my phone get auth code and we'll send it to Mac, and Mac will get it. All right, getting close. I overthink of what projects I need, but like you said at the end, create projects where you solve. First project, I think it should just be fun to build. You should see, like, if you, especially, even if it's not your first project, even if you're just coming back to building projects, I think that the first project, you need to get warmed up and do something. And one's trying to figure out the perfect project, the perfect portfolio project. And it's like, because you haven't really. But once you start building projects and then you stay consistent with it, then it's easy to come up with project ideas. It just, like, you're kind of just training your subconscious to your prime aware that you want to think of project ideas. Just thinking of project ideas alone doesn't really. Trying to think of an idea and then building something that it's a small project, okay, for this, then go to this next project, and then, like, as you're thinking about it just a little bit more, right, these thoughts pop up, right? Often they're influenced by, and so it's kind of just like edging your of like what you need to do as you start taking action to. You will projects that excite you to build. You just start building that second thing. The most important thing is you decide something and then move on. You don't want a graveyard full of projects, but that build and then keep trying to think while you're building this thing. I'm 29, didn't take it serious at 18 this time around. We're going to run some ads, then finish these last two. So I will be back soon. Let's do 3 minutes. Be right back. One byte at a time. Yep, exactly. You get the BRB screen for like 2 weeks in the middle of what I'm talking about. Oh, sorry, just looking at it over with. Let's move on. All right, so we're going to practice this again. All right, so displaying images as simple as possible. To add an image to a Markdown document, just that would help a bit. Okay, so relative path to image, title shown on mouse hover, optional. Oh, never mind. Okay, I got like the okay. I got it. So you replace all three of these. I didn't know that. Doc2Doc makes using Markdown a breeze. This includes adding images to Markdown documents. It's a string input alt text. Okay. So, it's just giving me step by step. Sure. Inner function that also takes a string input URL. The interfaces. What are we returning? I'll just call this replace. And this, are we doing curring here? Are we not doing it with the alt? Oh, so this is alt. Oh, I got it. Alt text, then replace. Dev Carleo. Thanks for the Carleo. 28. Okay. So let me look up. I'm assuming it like replaces. Okay. Sorry, I should have muted. Because I think we get the result back. No, we can't test it. So the inner function should first escape these characters. Hold on, I'm kind of confused. Define an inner function that also takes a. So are we just for safety, essentially? Is that what we're doing? I'm going to come back to this. Damn autocomplete. this. So replace this with this, and then are we replacing this with? I don't know. Like, this is how I'm reading this. To the image syntax by first removing the closing parentheses from the end of the image syntax. Shorthand this. How do we strip the last value of a string? There's syntax for it. I just forget. Okay, :-1. We're not doing anything with this, by the way. Let me just read it again. Do the same to change any closing parentheses. Then we're doing that. It's weird to me. We're not replacing, we're just enclosing it. Okay, so let's... Well, we could probably just do this. Let's... I can't spell. I mean, we're going to have to, the scenario, if we call it, if we have to account for the scenario where we try to replace a title when title wasn't provided, but... I forgot. Something like that? Okay. Why? Why do we have to do something like that? What's up? The image syntax. Kind of feel like I wish I just didn't read the directions and just went off of this. So wait. Hold on. What are we doing here? Wait, why are we doing this? Yeah, that's it. Okay. Order here, but okay, what's got rid of this. Oh. I think I feel like the way that I read this, it might be explained just fine, but the confused myself more with reading this than just like trying to create functions that with curring that created this, if that makes sense. I would have been better off not reading this. Are failing, so let's see. I'm like, how did that fail? Let's look at the solution. So I'm gonna look into this. You've left already, Zach, but thanks for joining us. Wow, it seems that is fun to do. I love coding challenge. Yep, yeah. We got a coding challenge with curring. I liked it. I think the way that but I want to. What's up, crazy? That's exactly what I'm doing. Go down. Not seeing any of that. Can you define crashing? It's like everything is perfect for a couple. No, I'm not sure. So, Zach, you've had no issues? Yeah, just type in chat when it goes down. And I can take a look at YouTube. I just don't know. I'm going to decode. Like if lasted a millisecond. Yeah, let me know next time. Like quickly flashed a bunch of colors. I don't know if it's Atom. Atom's always worked for me. The restreaming. and just stream directly. Well, I'm streaming directly to each platform. I guess what will I will something happens again. I see. The real Cammy, thanks for the follow. Welcome, welcome. I guess I'm just I forgot URL encoding. Why? So within the URL. Okay, never mind. I got you. Now I'm gonna be honest, and I kind of mentioned this in the Discord. I need to. That's a problem. So I have to, and I want to talk about this more in a video, but from live streams. I really enjoy them. Game with the content with a YouTube. And then I can kind of like live stream. Like it's draining. It's fun, but it's draining. And then they definitely don't pay the bills. Like growing a business through live streaming does not pay the bills. Point with my business where I'm barely paying the bills, and that's my stability. I need to refocus. So probably less live streams, progressively so, and then I'll kind of like complete it. I'll have to see. Use it to just like a couple live streams each month or something like that. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I just know that I have to kind of shift gears a bit. And I'm just like dealing with so many live stream issues too. I'm just like, even all the, like I've been dealing with, I don't have enough time to deal with all these bugs. I just, if I want to put food on the table, I just don't have time to do it. I don't, and completely swap off a bug. I'm just tired of dealing with bugs over the past 6 months. I don't want bugs with my streaming software. I don't want bugs with like, course, gotten to a point with the software that you used where maybe even the games that you play, right, ruin the experience. And I'm like, I've kind of gotten into this like sequence of bugs over the past like 2 to 3 months. It's just, but I do think even if I don't stream, I'm going to continue going through the course because I still like, so I still probably will go through this. So that's good. I don't know. What's up, Prototypal? Yeah, bugs are just... I'm tired of bugs. I'm tired of, like, using software from, like, billion-dollar companies that have more bugs. And maybe that's it. Like, maybe companies are just trimming too much, where they're trimming too many software engineers, trimming QA. The quality of software in terms of just the software, maybe it's just the operating system that I use. I don't know. But now I have a random beep on Windows, and I feel like now all I'm doing is complaining about it, so I'm going to stop that. This is depressing. But yeah, I'm done with bugs. All right, let's go. Users to adjust image dimensions to specified ranges. This ensures that the images and documents fit small. Complete the new... Oh, yeah, I don't... Sorry, Zach, I had up with sound alerts. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow if we have time. You heard a beep? Oh, yeah? Did you? Or are you trolling? So I got Oh, really? Yeah. No, it's a Windows beep. It's all right. Fine. If you guys are gonna hold on, sound alerts. I'll install real quick. I'll just do it. Let's do it. Yeah, I probably won't switch operating systems for the rest of 2025. It's too big of a switch. It's too big. Way too big. My alerts. F. Twitch shows it perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. I have no idea. I have no drop. I don't know, man. We'll lower the bit rate tomorrow and we'll see if that works. Let me turn the video off. Let me know if that's too loud or anything like that. You didn't hear it on your end? All right. On. Yeah. Oh. Desktop audio. What is going on? Sent to everything. I monitor only mute. Put capture system off. Let's try this. You guys hear that? It depends on the context of the conversation. I don't even know why I'm getting I'm getting weird audio mixer stuff.
Stop it. Get some help.
I need it. I need it so badly. All right, we're good. It should make sure the image takes integer inputs, max width. Our function should take the min height with default. All right. Oh, this should be quick. That's really bugging me that like I'm getting random disconnects because like I have no idea what's causing it. Twitch doesn't detect it. You guys do. I don't know, man. You know what it is? It kind of like a visual. I'm almost thinking that it's a weird thing with OBS. Solid. Discord, I know I took a week off, but bugs made me go for another week. Yeah, probably. Visual thing. Really helpful. Sorry, DF. Your chat message didn't pop up. Everything is Wait. Yeah, everything's breaking today. Everything. Yeah, everything's breaking. DF typed in chat. I see it nowhere. $1 billion software. I don't know. I'm just going to call it inner. Watch any Silicon Valley? That show is take a while to watch it, but yeah. I'm going on season 3. Oh, okay, you're just starting it. Yeah, it's a good series to watch if anyone hasn't watched it. I liked it. I really liked it. It might not be your cup of tea, but I think it's like worth trying out. I watched it is pretty good. I liked it. That'll do it. I'm with you guys. So we don't, yeah, we take care of that with the exception. But that should work. We don't have to reduce it. To me, American Pie, but tech related as far as comedy goes. Energy, for sure. I guess so. Yeah. I wouldn't even say different humor. It's like just different topics. Let's see. Help me until I finish it. So, um, it's trying to increase it. Um, um, then return. So, which the resize can. I think I just need somebody getting towards the end of that hour. Um, um, min. Oh, what we have yeah, I'm not even thinking through what we're actually trying to solve. So we have a max width and height that's provided to us. We have a min width. We take care of the scenario where the min is cannot be greater than. We're provided a width and a height. And we it's max min. We essentially bring this. I think I'm going to overcomplicate this. Because we got to check. I think this is right. Max width. Okay, there we go. I was just detailed instructions of like about that and just kind of pull myself out and understand what we're actually trying to solve. But sometimes I'll do that when I'm a little bit more tired. Like an hour to an hour and a half is ideal. It's just like perfect for me. All right. But I just think to myself, I should just speaking. I don't know. At the end of the day, a lot of times it's just going to be a preference. Oh, okay. I've never heard of it. Hell yeah. Yeah, I just turn my mind off. Max min, whatever. Order does. All right, cool. That's it. That's Boot.dev. We are all done with guys. So and tomorrow we are going to go over Astro, and then I'm going to start just honestly. I think I'm going to do React. I got to build with React. What if my business doesn't work out? Then I got to apply for React jobs. Like, kind of had that in my mind for a little bit now. Astro. So I'm going to replace my website. It's just going to be a blog initially. Like, it's just going to be a marketing website for a while. Let's get it very SEO friendly and start creating the blog. Astro tomorrow, and then we're going to do 3JS with Zinka on Wednesday, and then we'll kind of just dive further into that. And then that's it for scheduled streams this week. Again, I'm going to be cutting back just a little bit, see how I feel about it, but I might cut. I need to do. The main thing I need to do, 2 things is out. To the creating content portion. And I just got to create a bunch of content. Yeah. All right, cool. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry for the weird bit rate, and we'll see if that works tomorrow. Central time, if you have, and yeah, just kind of chat with the community. Pretty wholesome community, so. All right, see ya.